Well, hello. I think I'm live. um, my second attempt. I think the first one I couldn't even work out where I was, to be perfectly honest with you. But anyway, here I am now, it seems. Welcome to this week's energy reading, the week beginning the 1st of March 2021. If you don't know who I am, my name's Karen Turpin. I'm a spiritual coach, assisting healers, light workers, and spiritual entrepreneurs to really get into alignment and activated to take their mission and purpose out into the world confidently. Anyway, here I am. I've picked out three, again, gorgeous cards. I know I say that every week. Now, the really interesting thing about the cards this week is that we've got a couple the same as what we've been having for the last 2 or 3 weeks. I always find that really fascinating. And what that means to me is that there's something within those cards that we haven't kind of integrated yet, or we haven't worked on or acknowledged. And so it's like, it keeps coming back. The message keeps coming back to us. But there is a slight change this week, because this week, to start with, we've got the Hanged Man. Oops, there you go. There's that card, the Hanged Man. Interesting card. It freaks a lot of people out, of course. The Hanged Man, to me, says that we're in a holding pattern, personally and globally, actually. It also represents the law of reversal, because obviously Hanged Man is usually depicted on the cards as being upside down somewhere. There's a reversal. There's something that is the wrong way round. It needs to be righted or tipped up the right way round. Certainly, that's the interpretation on these cards that I use, and it resonates with me. I go with that. So it also reminds us that success is not always achieved exactly in the way that we think it should be. So, in other words, things sometimes look different. So let me come back to that. I'll give you the cards first, and then I'll kind of sum them all up together. So the Hanged Man often symbolizes letting go of something that's not right as well, something that's not working. Second card, here you go, fulfillment. Now, we had that last week. I think we also had it the week before. And again, it's not really to repeat myself, but I am. To me, that card is representing some level of emotional satisfaction of where we are, of where we've got to, of what we've achieved in life. It's asking us to celebrate, in a sense, to acknowledge and appreciate where we are and what we've got in our life, what we've achieved. And then, of course, the moon card again. I think that's the third week in the row. But we did have the full moon. Was it 2 nights ago? Full moon in Pisces. It's my birthday month, this Pisces. I'm a birthday in March, baby. So the moon again represents cycles, phases of life. It represents endings and new beginnings. And I also feel, particularly this time around with this card, that it's time to look at our life, to look at our past life, the life that we've already lived up to this point, in terms of, are we on track? Are we on purpose? But also maybe even looking into past lives to see what it is that you're here to do, what skills you can bring from a past life. So let me sum up these three cards, because I think they're really fun, potentially, or maybe a bit scary if you don't like change, because I think really that we're in a phase of change right now. Well, goodness knows we need to be. When you look at it on a global level, we're definitely in a Hanged Man situation. We're stuck. We're in a holding pattern. It's very difficult to move on because we're not at the next stage yet. If you've heard me talk before, and if you kind of followed me, you know where I am on a lot of things in terms of the negative alien agenda, or the global agenda, Agenda 21, all these types of things. I feel that there's truth in all of that. So when I look at the Hanged Man symbolism on a global level, I would say that we're in a holding pattern. Things are arse about face, upside down, back to front, all over the place, which is classically the reversal of the Hanged Man card, the law of reversal. And clearly things are not working on the planet right now. So we could say, if you're on the side of the agenda, you're really pushing to get your agenda, which is why they've got all these ridiculous restrictions and enforcements they're trying to put. And then if you're on the other side of that, things are not where we want it to be either, because I'm all about truth and sovereignty and liberation. We haven't got that yet either. So we're kind of in a holding pattern between the two. Personally, I absolutely believe that the light has already won. We are in the age of light, in the age of the light worker. And we're already, we know in the ethers, in the quantum field, we've already won, but it hasn't quite landed here yet. So hence that feeling that I'm getting of being in a holding pattern. And so we could ask ourselves, how can I improve? Because this is relevant for a personal life as well. Have a look at your personal life and see, where are you in a holding pattern? Are you stuck anywhere? Is there something that you've been trying to move forward, but it hasn't happened yet? So you could ask yourself, how can this be improved? How can it get better than this? What do I need to change within myself to move to the next level? What are my limitations in terms of my mindset, my thoughts, my beliefs, my behaviors? Where am I in this holding pattern where I'm just unable to step forward? And then the second card, the fulfillment card, again, on a global level, I'm seeing amazing strides forward in terms of people coming together in community, supporting each other, really open-hearted, caring, giving. And this is what unity is all about. This new age of light is meant to be all about unity, and I'm seeing it everywhere. It's actually beautiful to witness the way that people are so much more open-hearted and giving. There's kind of definitely a wave of that coming through, and I feel that we could look at ourselves, inside and say, this, what I'm seeing, what I'm experiencing, maybe the peace that I'm feeling inside of me is a direct reflection of the work that I've done on myself to date, to be able to sit in this space and be really open-hearted and kind and giving, because that's definitely the energy flow for right now. And if you're not quite in that place yet, then again, look at yourself and say, okay, what needs to change within me? What work do I need to do on myself to let go of some negativity, perhaps, so that I can find that peace in myself? And I also feel that this is about really honing our skills, to look at our foundations and see, what is my skill set and what can I develop from here? So thirdly, the moon cycles, the phases of life, the endings and new beginnings. Maybe it's time to look at what is not working in your life. Is there something that you need to let go of? Is there something that you need to move into much more? And again, globally, we know that we're moving into this age of light. Things are going to be very, very different. We were going to have to let go of some of the old stuff that really doesn't serve us, so that we can absolutely step forward into this new age. Because we don't want to drag the old systems into the new, because the old systems don't work. Most of them are reversal grids anyway. So we're in a time of great change. I feel very positive about this change, though there's going to be some sadness when there's things that we have to let go of. I think overall, we want to be looking at what works really well. Where is our heart? What is our big vision? What are we trying to create? And have a look at that big vision and say, okay, what is within me, around me, that won't survive in that new consciousness, in that next level up of my experience or of my service and my mission? If there's something that's surrounding you that's heavy and negative, it's a fairly good sign that it's time to let that go, or shift it up a gear. If you can elevate everything with it into the next level, then that's fine. It's, salvageable. But if it's really, really heavy and it just drags you down, it may be time to let that go, because that's kind of where we are. So those old systems, those old governmental controls, um, you know, clearly time to let all of that go. And let's appreciate that we are moving into this new phase, celebrate that, and then be prepared to, set up these new foundations, get in the trenches, dig these strong foundations, because what we're actually doing now is creating a whole new timeline, a whole new experience on this planet. And we know that the biggest skyscrapers have the deepest, strongest foundations and roots. And that's why it's really important for us to look at what's going on around us and get those foundations in place of what it is that we want to grow into in terms of ourself, our mission, our business, our relationships, everything like that. Let's look at it from the ground up again, because we can't simply drag everything from the old timeline immediately into the new timeline and carry on. This new timeline is all about new creation. So we have to sometimes get in those foundations, maybe underpin them, maybe dig new foundations. There might be something in there, in the depths there, that need to be shifted. The depths are also the depths within you. So is there something deep within you that needs to be shifted out so that you can grow in this next phase? So that's my energy read for this week. I hope that's been helpful to you. Make sure that you drop me a comment or follow me or something or other. Karen Turpin, spiritual coach. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, SoundCloud. I'm kind of all over the place. But I have a really exciting thing to share with you today. If you're listening live, it is currently 10:30 a.m. on a Monday morning in Sydney, 1st of March. And at midday, which is in about an hour and a half's time from now, if you're watching live, as I said, I will be over on Clubhouse having a talk with a beautiful friend. And we're going to be talking about procrastination, what limits us, what holds us back. And really, I couldn't have picked that better because it completely fits in with our energy reading for today. So if you're on Clubhouse, come over there and find me. My name, of course, is Karen Turpin over there because that's my name. So I'd love you to find us there, join us in Clubhouse. Let's have a chat. I love that new forum. It's really just friendly, open-hearted community. So if you need an invite, drop me a quick DM because I've got a few invites, and I hope to see you there. Otherwise, maybe I'll see you here again next week. Have a great week. Bye for now.